Well, let's talk about uh, Sabbath etiquette or behavior, okay? Because this is something that's not commonly spoken about. And so, because we were raised in like Christianity and other religions and what have not, and then when we take on this way of life, because remember, Torah is not a religion. Torah is a way of life. What the Mashiach came to turn the people back to, because he didn't bring a new thing. He turned the people back to the original ways. That's why you hear things are written inside scriptures say, seek the old paths, seek the old paths, find your way back to the old paths. Back in, Malak Daud or King David's time, this is the way he functioned. The same thing the Mashiach is turning people back to is the same thing that Daud or David was keeping at that time, and the rest of the kingdom was under that type of adherence. They kept Torah. They followed the law, statutes, and commandments because remember, Torah is self-contained. It doesn't require anything. Hebrew itself doesn't require anything. It doesn't need any outside influences in order to determine how a word is comprehended. It doesn't need other people's dictionaries. If you know the definition of each letter, you can define the word. That's how compact and complex it is, and simple as well. Because there's something called parties, and it shows you all the different levels of comprehending scripture and Torah, and from the um, superficial to the extreme esoteric perspective. So those are things that one should consider. But what I wanted to talk to you about was etiquette. Okay, etiquette is very key. Behavior on the Sabbath, because when we were in our religions, we did not have a specific, or at least it went away. I remember when I was younger, there was a little bit. It was more. The behavior was different when I was a kid versus the behavior now. Per se, when people go to church on Sunday, the behavior was different then versus now, and it's like they've loosened or shook off the rules and regulations that made it still respectful in a lot of ways. A lot of churches, you go into their churches, girls are wearing these high mini skirts, cleavage showing, butt hanging all out, and just nasty. No kind of nothing what you read about scripture about um, having what's the word I'm looking for? Um, when a woman is dressed a certain way, modest dress. There's no modesty within it. Everybody just coming in like a club, dressed like hoes and pimps, and dudes are coming with one intent a lot of times, and that is to smash. That's a problem, because that's not what this is about. That's not what the culture is about, and it'll have a deadly, you know, um, outcome, if people continue to move this way. And truth be told, you don't really have a lot of time. I mean, I don't know if you're looking up and if you're not paying attention, but you really don't have a lot of time. So let me go ahead and share this little bit with you real quick. Let's look at what Yeshayahu or Isaiah has to say about it. We're going to Yeshayahu or Isaiah chapter 58, verses 13 through 14. Let's see what is actually being said here, okay? All right. It says, if you do not turn back your foot from the Shabbat or the Sabbath, from doing your pleasures on my set apart day, and shall call the Sabbath or the Shabbat a delight, the set apart day of Yahuwah esteemed, and shall esteem it, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasures, nor speaking your own words. Okay? Then you shall delight yourself in Yahuwah, and I shall cause you to ride on the heights of the earth, and feed you with the inheritance of Yaakov, your father. For the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken. So here we see that if we're moving in the right way, we will be blessed. we'll receive the Beruakah. Okay? But if we're moving in the wrong way, we can only accept and expect, well, curses. All right? Other things, there are certain things that can take you out of being set apart. Like what you consume can take you out of a space of being set apart or holy, commonly called holy. Okay, for instance, Uyikra or Leviticus chapter 11, verse 44 and 45, it says, "For I am Yahuwah, your Elohim, and you shall set yourselves apart, and you shall be set apart, for I am set apart. And do not defile yourself with any swarming creatures, the ones creeping on the earth, for I am Yahuwah, who is bringing you up out of the land of Mizraim or Egypt, okay, to be your Elohim, and you shall be set apart, for I am set apart." All right. So these are very key things that you really, really need to tune into and pay attention to. Your behavior has to alter. I know you may be coming into this and you don't have like full knowledge and you don't understand, but you have to have these levels of respect. And that's we get into that word about fear. The word fear, we got in that word fear, but fear means it's a bad translation, and it means extreme or deep respect for the creator. So he says, but they wrote fear because this is their culture. They don't understand, like Mashiach said, you worship what you do not understand, but we worship what we know. For salvation is of the Yahudim. Okay? We know we know who we worship. We know salvation of Yahudim. We're the gatekeepers. We know what we're doing. Those of us who are studied, those who the light has been turned on, and those who have this strong burning desire, everybody doesn't have a desire to go after Torah this way. Everybody doesn't possess this. It is not something that burns within an individual that they can think on this day and night, that it's pleasurable to them, that they pick up the book and it's a joy, and to learn it and to know it and to look at the depths of it and to dissect it. That is not everyone's calling. Shaul or Paul spoke about that, I believe, inside of Galatians or Ephesians. It talks about different gifts that a person's given, fruits of the Spirit. Okay, I believe mine is to teach, and that is to explain and to unwrap Torah in order for you to comprehend it in layman's, because it was always meant for that. But of course it's coded as well because it was designed to be a book that our ancestors knew, and that when their descendants came along, that it would be revealed to them. I mean, a lot of my training and teaching came from advanced teachers, both here in the States and then also over in Israel. So halal Yah for that experience, for the Father even choosing me or picking me to do such a thing. But my job today now is to try to help you become the best version of yourself, to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, and save your own soul. That's the key thing. You are here to try to save your own soul, because you only get one shot. Once this breath has left you, or this soul is gone, that's it. So do the best with what you have and work out your salvation with fear and trembling. This is your Ak, Shaul Yahu. Ani Ohevata, meaning I love you. Shalom. See you later. Hitro.